So then, don't ask why I have one really long bag this week. I'm not sure what's up with this bag either. Some parts came in it. It was big enough to hold everything, but it's not. And so it's what ended up being used. I guess for storing really long weed? I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah. Something else? Time lapse. And here we have an alternate version of Hudis. As you can see side by side, they're recognisably the same but different. Right down to having the same style of weapon storage. Yeah, so side by side, you can see that they're pretty much the same. I'm actually going to lift the thing up even and bring them in uncomfortably close and slide them to the back of the tray because I didn't think this part through. And yeah, proportionally, they're pretty much identical. And the only difference is that one of them uses primarily G1 parts, the other intentionally uses no G1 construction pieces whatsoever. Honestly, I figured that, seeing as the mask is available in white in G2 style, why not experiment with it? See if I can match my own build, but like a weird ersatz version of it. And yeah, I'd call this a complete success. Actually, would this story you like that? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we now have Hudis and Hudis. So, what is my lore for the new version of him? Well, on the left is Hudis as he was created by Matoran. He was at one point sent to Kazani for repairs, and this was the early days meaning that he was repaired, but also he was examined, more importantly. And this was around the time that Kazani was beginning to tire of merely fixing Artaka's creations, and chose instead to create something entirely of his own. So as a result, this version of Hudis is the first Kazani Matoran. Rather than being created, or basically rather than being repaired from something that already existed, he was built entirely from scratch. And he can do a few things that regular Hudis cannot. Mostly the side effect of his articulation, etc., etc. But at the same time, he's technically not fully sentient, as, Kazani never really had that same kind of power. So he's alive, but not fully cognizant or anything on the same level as regular Hudis. However, he still somehow finds his way to the island of Matoran, where, at some point in the dim and distant past, and Hudis discovers him frozen ice, basically. He finds the mask in a snowdrift while lost in a blizzard. And then finds a guy that looks like him, but not like him. And I don't really have anything else figured out for these two beyond that. But even that is kind of an interesting way of linking these two. When the whole project was originally just, hey, what if I did my Matoran design again, but didn't use anything from my Matoran design? Anyway, let's amend the instructions on the end of the video. This has been Lucas Builds. I actually don't know what I'm doing next week just yet, because I'm bulk filming this as a batch 3. Might take Christmas off? I don't know. There'll be content going up even if it isn't Bionicle for a little bit. See you next week, and roll instructions.
you.